Welcome to the StockOptionAssassin.com's weekly video for swing trading options. My name is Eric and today is Thursday, January 2nd, 2013. Now I know we haven't posted any free content or posts in the past few weeks, and this is mainly because I've been focusing on a swing trading technical analysis course with our members. Plus we had the holidays, so things were kind of hectic as well. But this week I'm looking to get back in the groove of our free weekly videos where we focus on trade ideas, swing trading methods. So if you're not already signed up for the email list, do so now. Go to the website, sign up for the list. That way you'll know when each video or new post is up. So also, if you do sign up to our email list, you'll receive our top 79 optionable stocks hit list. And this really helps answer the popular question I get of what stocks should I be trading options on. So hopefully that report will help you guys, especially for the new guys. All right, so let's go ahead and look at the charts. I'm going to start off with the spiders here today. Since we haven't done a post in a few weeks, let's just kind of recap a little bit. And I've been doing daily. We still do daily posts with our members in the MTS service, but for free content, we haven't done anything in a few weeks. So let's go ahead and recap. You can see I have the SPY up spider ETF, and we had this kind of trend line we had been following with the members. And basically, that first hit of the trend line, we took a short. Reverted back to the mean here. This mean, this purple line is what I'm using. This is a 13 EMA, and I also have the TTM squeeze indicator here on the bottom. This is some stuff that we use with our members. So basically, we shorted that. We had a decent gain on this. We were stopped out of our second half. But then you notice we broke above that trend line, but we never confirmed. And by confirmation, a confirmation is a close above that high. In this case, a high. If it was a breakdown, you'd have to close below. So we never confirmed. We came back down. Then ultimately, towards right before Christmas, we kind of sold off. At that point, we had another long trade and we were stopped out of. And then ultimately during Christmas, we kind of just waited. We really didn't trade anything. So this was December 28th. So then ultimately we came down here to the lower band of our true range bands, and then we got that pop up. So now, what to expect now? Now that the Fiscal Cliff deal is out there. Obviously, it's not a complete solution, but right now the euphoria is still going. This is still New Year's week. It's a light, tends to be lighter volume. I think to next week, though, I think it's going to be critical. I am expecting some sort of pullback here, and I'm actually willing to add some SPY puts here soon. What I was actually looking for today is if we could have gapped up, and just so you know, it is about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so we're in the middle of the trading day here. What I was looking for today was a gap, maybe another gap, like euphoric gap, maybe not as big as this one. I was looking for some sort of gap up into the possible 147 area, 147 and a quarter, which is right around this pivot from October 5th. If we would have gapped up in there, I would have bought some SPY puts and looked for kind of a move back. But we kind of just opened flat. We dipped a little bit, and now, towards the end of the day, we're starting to kind of push up. And as of now, looking relatively positive. So after this big move, granted, you got to give the market. This was about a 5% move in the last couple days. Granted, we were closed Tuesday, but between Monday and Wednesday, we had a 5% move. So all I'm really looking for is a pullback, and I think this 13 EMA is going to be key. On the spiders, you also have that downtrend line. Previous downtrend line should be some sort of support. So I'm looking at the 143 area, and ultimately gap fills around 142. So I think this is going to be decent support if we can get a pullback. And at that point, I'd actually be willing to buy some more names. So let me tell you what we traded with our members this past week. So our first trade of the year, we opened actually on December 30th. Or excuse me, the 31st, which was Monday, and we took a trade in Citigroup, and Citigroup had a pretty strong chart as well. It was trading near 52-week highs, and basically we had kind of broke out, kind of pulled back, and we were kind of hanging around this 38.80 area, and we took an entry on here on Monday. On Wednesday, we took half of our profits. We made about 40% on the first half, and now we're kind of looking for a move to that 42 area. We do have a break-even stop on the second half in case we do kind of roll over here. But essentially, what I'm looking for, let me bring this up. This was our last kind of move up, our impulse leg for Fibonacci. We kind of pulled back at a 50% retracement. We got to the 27 extension, and for those that have been following me for a while, you know what, you kind of understand what that means. If not, we have a free video on our MTS challenge page. If you go to our website, you'll see the MTS 30-day challenge, and you'll kind of get a video about this. At the end of the video, you'll get some kind of a tip on how to use this Fibonacci like I'm looking at today. But anyway, we got to the 27 extension, and I'm actually looking for a move to the 42 area to the 618, and I'd probably take the rest off. Right now we're kind of slowly grinding higher, and this may continue into early next week. I am looking for next week to be pretty pivotal. I do think we're going to pull back soon, and again, back on the spiders, if we do kind of get into this area, this 146, 47 area, I'd actually be willing to buy some puts. And I may have to wait till Monday, and that's fine. I'm going to be patient here. So if we do roll over and we start to pull back, let's look at a couple names that I like on the pullback. If you're not in any kind of long trades now, I think you do need to wait for a pullback. I do like Citigroup here. I think what you're looking for is stocks that are at or near 52-week highs. They're going to pull back to about the 13 EMA. And so Citigroup, this is right around 39.50. Since I'm already in it, I'd actually stop out and just kind of wait. But let's look at a couple names. I do like Oracle. We pointed this out as well. A pullback to the 13 EMA around 33.5. This is at 52-week highs. We also were pointing out Rackspace. Rackspace had a monster move. Rackspace, you might be able to front run it a little bit around 74, but a better entry would be closer to the 73 area. Another trade I like is QCOM. Let me zoom out a little bit here. QCOM, Qualcomm has been in a pretty big, large triangle. You can see it tried to break out. This was in the beginning of December, but never confirmed. Kind of came back to the bottom and kind of waffled around. And now we've actually busted out through that triangle and actually closed right at these highs. So this 64.75 area is still acting as resistance, but I do like a pullback to the 13 here. We'll call it 62, 62.75, 63. You know, you do have gap window around 63.5, but I do think that, you know, this is a pretty large gap. I don't know if it'll completely get filled, but I would start to leg in here around the $63 mark. So that's all I got for today. So if you want to learn more about some of these indicators or some of these, you know, Fibonacci methods that I'm using here, go ahead and check out our MTS 30-day challenge on the website, and you guys can find out how you can learn more about that. So you guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you next week.